So the theme I want to talk about today is how we can train our sensitive nerves and in this way strengthen them. And what we're going to do is observe different parts of the body, but really pay attention that we do this in a good ordered way, that we really don't just do an exercise, but we're really using our senses, using our awareness to observe specific parts of the body, and I'll guide you which parts to observe. But in this way, we could say that it's a training for our awareness to really guide it in a focused way. So we will start with the sun prayer. But this will start by directing our awareness to the solar plexus center in the middle of the back. And let's just take a few moments to really make sure we're doing that consciously. What you can feel in that region very often is the breathing. So you might be able to feel the movement of your ribs in the middle here. You can feel their movement in and out. Maybe at the sides, maybe in the front, maybe at your back. Now let's take the hands together. Take the arms up above your head. Remain aware of your breath in that central region. And then keeping your attention there, you can start to lengthen. The ribs move away from the pelvis. Keeping our awareness calmly and clearly at the solar plexus center. And the breath. Take the hands down again, spread forwards. Let the breath flow. The back stretches a bit more in the middle, whereas it contracted more in the backward bend. Take the hands by your feet, right foot back. And then come up into the half moon. Take the arms up once again. Be aware of yourself stretching from the solar plexus, middle of your back. Now come into the plank. Knees down. Chest and face down. Slide forwards and come into the cobra once again. Let's take the awareness to the solar plexus. You can push down a bit with the sacrum, and then we can stretch from the solar plexus more effectively. Push back into downward dog. And then take the right foot forward. Rising up into the half loop. And stretching more. Take the hands down. Other foot forward. And then swing up. And grow. Hands by your sides. Let's just pause again. Let's be aware once again of the breath in this central region. Now the other side, hands together. Take the arms up. The ribs lift away from the hips. And we grow. Take the hands down. Hands by your feet, left foot back. Once again, lifting from the middle with conscious awareness. And stretch a bit more in that region. Then the plank. Be aware of the breath. Knees down. Chest down. Cobra. Keep the breath flowing. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Stretching up. And right foot forward. Swing up once again. And the hands by your sides. Let's pause. Let's become aware again of the breath in this central region. See if you can feel really clearly how the ribs are moving as you breathe, and your diaphragm as well. It's also right there in the middle. We're focusing on training our sensitive nerves, training our sensitive perception. And so at the moment, we're guiding our awareness very specifically to this central region to really feel what's going on there. So we'll do another round of the sun prayer. We can notice how in the opening movements, there's more of a contraction at the back and a stretching at the front. And in the closing movements, it's more the opposite. The back stretches out and the front might compress more. We can just notice, just to be aware of what's happening. Another round, a little bit faster now, hands together. Take the arms up, staying consciously aware of that central region, contracting at the back, opening at the front. Come down again. This time we'll take the hands far out in front so your back stretches. Be aware of the breathing as well in that region. Hands by your feet, right foot back. Grow into your base. Lift up from your center and really flow. And then the plank. Knees down. Chest and face. Open into the cobra. Push into downward dog. Right foot forward. Stretching up, remaining aware of the solar plexus area. Left foot forward. Stretch out in front. Swing up. Grow and lift. Hands by your sides. Hands together. Rise up. Lift and flow upwards. Come down, glide out forwards. Hands by your feet, left foot back. Stretching from your middle. Breathing. Plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Stretching. The other foot forward. Stretch out. Swing up. And grow. And then hands by your sides. Let's just become aware once again of the breath in that middle solar plexus area. So we'll stay with this region for our next position. This is the dancer. Take one foot up and take hold of your ankle. Really keep your attention focused at that solar plexus area. Imagining that that area is really stable. You can even lift your lower ribs up a bit to build up a stability. Allow the breath also to expand in that region. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Let's just build up a good stability there first. As if you're lifting your ribs with a little bit of activity away from your pelvis. So lifting up, so there's a good firmness in that middle region. Then take the other ankle, remaining tall. You work the breath in your center. And calm down. Okay, we'll do the same thing again, this time raising the opposite arm. It's this way, find that little lift in your middle. You let the breath flow there. Feeling that firming up of the muscles. Take one leg, raise the arm. And we can stretch upwards from the middle. So almost as if you could feel it expanding in the middle. Really stretching. The arm stays light, it just flows up. The activity is in the middle. Return and change to the other side. Get a good lift from the middle first. Take the ankle. Raise the arm. Now from the middle, really being conscious of how everything stretches out in the middle of the body. And your breathing then has more space to flow. The arm glides up into the space above. Come back down. Change sides again. This time we're going to grow upwards with the arm and push backwards a bit with the leg. Let's start first with the awareness in the middle again. A lift away from your pelvis. Take the ankle. Raise the other arm. Start to lift up out of your middle. The arm gliding up further and further. And now push it back a little bit with your leg. As if it starts from the middle of your back. So the activity is coming from the center and spreading out in both directions. Let the breath continue to flow. Return. And the other side, lift from the middle first. Take the ankle. Raise the arm. From the middle, start to stretch. So the arm glides lightly up. Push back with the leg. Let the breath expand if necessary. And return. Okay, we'll come to the next position. Standing head to knee position. Take your feet together. And really draw the legs inwards a little bit. Let's take our attention now to a lower chakra, the sacrum. And let's just pause once again to really consciously be aware. We're not just working from a particular area, but we're training our awareness to really focus clearly and sensitively on a specific point. So the sacrum, the base of the spine, it's a plate of bone that tucks into the top of the pelvis. We can picture that, and that helps us to become more aware of that region as well. So let's take the arms slightly up and then take the body down into the forward bend. And once again, take your awareness back to the sacrum. If you keep your awareness down in that region of the body, you might be able to feel the breath, the movement of breath in that lower area. Just relax the upper body, swing back up, tightening with the legs. Imagine that your hips gather and become narrower. And that helps with the tightening of the sacrum. And then we can rise up very, very tall from the sacrum, the whole upper body streaming upwards, hands by your sides. Do the standing head to knee position again, and we'll glide further out this time. Draw the legs in to begin. Take the awareness to that bony center, base of your back. And the arms lightly upwards, come far out. So, where is the sacrum again? Almost as if you direct it backwards, and from that, let the body stream out forwards. See if you can remain aware of the breath in that deep pelvic region. Let the body stream out even further forwards, gliding really far out. Take the awareness back to the breath of the sacrum again. And relax. Come back up to a standing position, swing up. Draw the legs together again. Imagine the hips becoming narrow. Feel that tightening down at the base of your spine so that the whole body can almost release itself upwards. Higher and higher. Right through the upper spine, right through the arms to the fingertips. And take the hands by your sides. Just pause and be aware of your breath. Should flow quite fully now. We'll come to the next position, and this is the tree. So, for the tree, we're going to direct our attention first of all to the whole of the spine. Let's pause again and become aware of the spine as a kind of vertical axis down the middle of your body. So really picturing, through making a mental picture, it becomes easier to also train our senses to be able to really feel that we do have the central axis. With that, we're standing up very tall. Let's take one leg up into the position that you normally adopt for the tree. We'll just try the legs on their own first, so you can take your foot more on your calf or knee or up to your thigh. You can squeeze with the other thigh to help keep it in place. Or if possible, you might be able to take it right up into your groin, turning the foot upside down and pressing back with your knee. Let's do the same thing on the other side. First of all, come back to your upright spine, the real perception of a vertical column. Now try with the other leg on your calf, knee, thigh, squeezing with that with the thigh against your foot, or taking the foot right up into your groin and pressing back with the knee. Come back down again. Let's come back to that perception of the upright spine, the vertical line. Now we'll practice the hand gesture on its own. This time we're going to take our awareness to something different, take our awareness to that sense of openness, the space, the sense of spreading out into the space. So you can start to look maybe more around you into the room. And now from that, take the hands together, and we now direct our awareness to the heart center, where the hands are. So this is two contrasting perceptions, the hands open, that sense of being spread out, opened into the space. And then the attention at the heart center. And relax your hands. So now we're going to do all three. We've got first the vertical line, the opening to the space, and then the heart. We're going to guide our perception from one to the next to the next. This is a training of our perception, starting with the vertical line of the spine. Take your foot up. Just come back to that perception of the vertical line of the spine again. Now open the arms, the perception of openness. Now the hands together, the perception of the heart center. And come down. Back to the vertical line of your spine. Take the other foot up. Open the arms. The perception of wide openness. Close the hands. The perception of the heart center. And take the hands and foot down. So we're going to come to another more strenuous position, and this is the bow. You like to lie on your fronts. We're going to come to a similar perception to what we did in the dancer. First of all, being aware of the solar plexus once again in the middle of your back. And if you just lie on the floor, you might be able to feel your lower ribs pressing into the floor. You can lift up your chest and push your hands back a little bit and feel the ribs really pressing into the floor, perhaps a little bit more strongly as you come into this open arch. Lower your chin again. And now you can raise one leg and your hands as well. Be aware of the solar plexus again. So imagine the movement starts from there to push back into your leg. Return and change to the other leg. And return. So take your knees wide apart, take hold of your ankles and lift up your chest. Once again, you can tighten your shoulders in a little bit. Can you feel when you do this that your lower ribs are pressing into the floor? If you can press your lower ribs into the floor, you might be able to then raise up your knees as well. This comes really, if you're pressing down with your lower ribs, it becomes easier to lift up the knees. Keep breathing. Come back down again. Just relax. Rest your cheek on your hands. So we'll do this exercise one more time, and we'll try and raise up ourselves up a little bit higher in both directions. Knees wide apart. Take hold of your ankles. Lift up your chest. Just pause and be aware of your lower ribs pressing on the ground. Stay with that for a few moments so that maybe you can start pressing them down further. Letting the knees come up as you do so. The lower ribs press down, and from there the legs push up and back. And now let's see if you can lift your chest a bit higher still, and your knees a bit higher still. It all comes through pressing from the middle of your back. And let the breath really expand. And then come down again. Hands on the floor, push back, up. Keep the knees wide apart. Then you can push into child's pose, lengthening your back. And come back up to a sitting position. And we'll finish off with one challenging exercise. The pose of cheerfulness, or the sitting balance. So for this one, we're going to direct our awareness once again to the heart center. And really imagine that you're lifting your heart center upwards, opening it up. Let's take the arms gliding upwards. Let the breath flow. Feel your upper back, the part of your spine that runs between the shoulder blades. That must be really stretched out in order to lift up the chest. So we're going to lift up the legs and we're going to try and hold them up for 25 seconds. Not 30, only 25. So keep the breath flowing. 3, 2, 1, go. That's 10. It's 20, so just 5 more. Keep lifting up and calm down. Okay, let's come to a sitting position to finish off. So we've been working on guiding our perception. Let's just guide our perception in the sitting position. First of all, to the contact with the ground. Now to your spine, we've got the sacrum, we've got the solar plexus, we've also focused on today. And we've also focused on the heart center and the upper region of the spine running up through between the shoulder blades. that vertical axis. Finally, you can direct your awareness upwards to the neck and the head. And also then to the space around the head. And then be aware of your breath. So we can guide our awareness in an ordered sequence like this. It's very strengthening for our whole nervous system. And this can be helpful for helping us to really guide ourselves in life generally, to make aims, decisions, and carry out our ideals. So we'll finish our session there.